When surfer Todd Endris was attacked by a great white shark, nothing short of a miracle could save him. He had already received 3 hits from the shark, and his right leg was mauled, so he didn't have much more strength to go on. That's when a pod of bottlenose dolphins appeared. What they did to save him will surprise you. Hit that like button to help this video reach 10K likes, and make sure to subscribe right now. Welcome to Wonderbot Animals. Dolphins, also known as the ocean's acrobats, are some of the most remarkable and intelligent creatures that inhabit our oceans. They're quite extraordinary because they have many different strengths and intriguing characteristics. As you may already know, they're very intelligent, to the point that they're very good at problem solving, communication, and learning. Another great thing about dolphins is that they're extremely social, and they're very tight-knit. If you see a pod of dolphins, you can assume that they all share strong bonds and that they're very good pals. They learn from one another, hunt together, and are even known to play around with each other. It's lovely to see. Moreover, dolphins are adorable. However, don't be fooled by their cuteness. They're actually apex ocean predators, and they can be quite aggressive, as is the case with all wild animals. Now, on the other hand, adorable is not usually a word that comes to mind when we think of sharks. Everyone knows they're apex predators, and they've gotten a really bad rap throughout history. But the truth is that sharks much prefer feeding on fish and marine mammals. They're not out to get humans, as most people believe. They're simply wild animals that act on instinct. Sharks are remarkable creatures that have been around for over 400 million years, and they're extremely valuable to the marine ecosystem. The more you learn about them, the more you want to know, because they're very interesting creatures. They have highly developed senses, which is how they're able to detect even the lowest concentration of blood in the water. They're also super fast, they have great regenerative abilities, and their survival instinct is unmatched. Now, while there's a lot to admire about these animals, it is safe to say that encountering them while you're swimming in the ocean is the last thing any of us wants. Unless you're someone who's trained to swim and work with sharks, that is. In that case, we're sure you're super comfortable with that. But that's not true for a lot of people out there. And it certainly wasn't the case for Todd Endris on August 28, 2007. Todd was a surfer, and he was 24 years old at the time. He was the owner of Monterey Aquarium Services, and he was out surfing with a few friends on a spot that they really loved at Marina State Park, located in Monterey, California. But their surfing adventure would take a turn. As Todd was sitting on his surfboard, he was hit from the back by a 12 to 15 foot long great white shark. Now, during that first hit, the shark couldn't bite him. But the second time, the shark clamped on Todd's torso, and it sandwiched him and the board in its mouth. This time, the shark caused a lot of damage to Todd's back. Luckily, because he was lying on his stomach on his surfboard after the first attack, the shark bite didn't do any damage to his internal organs. The shark hit Todd a third time and attacked his right leg. The great white was trying to swallow the leg, which actually worked to Todd's advantage. Why? Well, because the grip of the shark anchored him, allowing him to kick the shark in the head and snout. At that, the shark let go of the leg. It was looking quite dire for Todd at this point, but then something wonderful happened. When Todd was surfing with his friends earlier, they noticed a pod of dolphins that were jumping and dancing around them. It turns out that they showed up after the shark's third attack on Todd, and what they did will surprise you. The pod of dolphins started circling Todd, which essentially created a barrier between him and the shark. This allowed Todd to get back on his surfboard and finally catch a wave to the shore. If it wasn't for what the dolphins did for Todd that day, who knows how things would have ended up for him. Now, while sharks don't hunt humans, when accidental attacks like these happen, they are relentless. They are predators after all, and they're wild animals, so we believe that the great white would have continued attacking Todd. What do you think would have happened? Let us know in the comments. Now, this isn't the first time in history that dolphins have protected humans in the water. In fact, stories of these marine mammals rescuing humans go as far back as ancient Greece. The Whale and Dolphin Conservation Society offers a lot of insight into this, and it turns out that dolphins have been heroes for many different people in a variety of circumstances. Picture this. Arion, a talented musician, finds himself in deep water, both metaphorically and literally. He's just been thrown overboard by a bunch of ruthless pirates. But just when things seem bleak, a troop of dolphins appears, like the sea's version of the cavalry. These friendly cetaceans whisk Arion away to safety on their sleek dorsal fins. It's a rescue tale worthy of a symphony. In another Greek yarn, a young boy takes an unplanned dive into the ocean. But instead of a watery grave, he's greeted by the kind heart of a dolphin. The two become inseparable pals, frolicking in the briny deep. Fast forward to more recent times, and it turns out that dolphins are still donning their invisible capes and coming to the rescue. In 2004, off the coast of New Zealand, a family of 4 swimmers was in dire straits, caught in a treacherous rip current. Suddenly, a pod of dolphins materialized and formed a protective ring around the swimmers, keeping them together until help arrived. Now, of course, skeptics might say these stories are mere coincidences or the result of wishful thinking. However, science tells us otherwise. Dolphins are no slouches when it comes to intelligence. In fact, their brain size relative to their body is nothing to scoff at, rivaling that of great apes and humans. They even have a well-developed neocortex, the brain's epicenter of conscious thought and decision-making. So in short, they're not just playing with seaweed out there, they're thinking, and they're thinking hard. Additionally, there's a good chance that dolphins have a streak of altruism in their DNA. Altruism means helping others without expecting anything in return. Pretty noble trait, right? In the wild, dolphins have been spotted helping injured or sick members of their pod, showing that their heroics extend beyond the realm of Greek myths and into reality. There are a few theories about why they do this, like the possibility of reciprocal altruism or kin selection. But one thing is clear. Dolphins are more than just playful performers at sea parks. They're true blue heroes with a heart as big as the ocean. Now back to Todd's story. When he was finally able to get to shore, things were looking pretty dire. Afterward, Todd would say that he never thought he was going to die. The idea never crossed his mind. But his friends and the lifeguard working at the Marina State Park were thinking the worst. He didn't look like he would make it, and he was in really bad shape. Todd's right leg was bitten straight to the bone, and he had lost so much blood that his skin was ashen white. While on the shore, the lifeguard used a surf leash to tourniquet Todd's leg and stop him from losing even more blood. This would likely save his life. People around Todd at the time did a great job of keeping him calm and focusing on his breathing as they waited for emergency services. Eventually, a medevac helicopter arrived and they took Todd to the hospital. When the doctors saw him, they were shocked. His surgeon said it was like putting together a jigsaw puzzle. However, they succeeded, and Todd survived the attack. All thanks to the kind pod of dolphins and the fast actions of everyone else at the beach. 6 weeks after the attack, Todd was back in the water surfing. It was his passion, and it's not something he was willing to give up. It was hard to overcome the trauma of the attack, but he succeeded. As you can imagine, the story went viral in 2007 due to the incredible intervention of the wild dolphins. Now, while a lot of people don't fully believe the story, there's no denying that what those dolphins did saved Todd's life. What do you think? Do you believe dolphins are capable of compassion, or was it just a coincidence that they decided to circle Todd at that moment? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Wonderbot Animals. Until next time.